guys, it's John McNamara, host, Running Vegas. We're talking local sports, business, real estate. You guys see what you like. Subscribe, follow us on Running Vegas podcast. Today I got my co-host, Mr. George Hernandez. And
What's going on, everyone? What's going on?
Special guest, Mr. David Vancasso, tattoo artist in the house.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite.
being here.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
We're excited.
We appreciate you coming in, and
Yeah.
we want to hear about you, where you're from, what's your story.
Oh, I've been here since I was 5. I don't remember Colorado is where I was born.
Okay.
So we came here around 5 years old, and I've just been here ever since. So.
Oh, very
Awesome.
Yeah. So Vegas is what I know.
Awesome.
I like it.
How did you get into the tattoo industry?
Okay, so kind of a long story. I'll try to make it short.
Okay.
I've always been into art.
Okay.
I thought maybe designing through graphic designing, clothing would be the way to get in. My main job, I was an assistant manager for Lowe's. This was years ago, and in 2019, I had bought a home. We had a falling out between me and Lowe's, and my buddy was in tattooing, and he was like, "Hey, you've always been into art." I've known him since like middle school.
Okay.
And he was like, "You should let me train you how to tattoo. You have to pay for an apprenticeship, but you've always been in art. I think you'll be good at it."
Cool.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let me think about this. I got a mortgage right now. Let me see if I can make this work. And thought about it for a couple of days, and I went back to him, and I was like, you know what, let's take a run at it. And so I paid for the apprenticeship.
How long is an apprenticeship?
I was just going to ask,
An
what does that
apprenticeship,
detail?
so it can start anywhere from the shop has to decide. So it's between 6 months and 2 years.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So they have to determine whether you're ready or not, and then they sign you off, and then you go to the health district and you give them the paperwork, and then you're signed off and you get your license.
Okay.
The legit way.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of
'cause it's
people
like
do some
do
other ways.
shoddy,
Yeah.
tattoos.
So it's a little different. But yeah, so at 6 months I was ready. I kind of got the hang of it pretty quick. Well, the basics. But during that time, COVID happened. We had to shut down the lockdown. I couldn't collect unemployment from my previous job, and then I also didn't have enough background to collect unemployment I think that was the first year they did self-employed unemployment.
Okay.
And I couldn't do that because I had just started, so I had nothing to kind of back off of. So it was interesting, but I just stuck to it, and I'm here now, and just running with it.
Yeah. So were you able to tattoo during COVID at all? Or
so there was this thing where some artists could potentially work out of places if they were being called.
Okay.
But I know it was illegal to do that. In a sense, so
I feel like that's when I would have done it.
And to be honest, because everyone was kind of shut down, it actually was a lot of people that really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So it almost you can consider it a gift in disguise, to be honest.
Yeah.
Great demand because it can have it.
Yeah, and honestly, shout out to all the people that I used to work with. I always left with good terms with a lot of people, and I managed about, I think, six stores in the Valley. And a lot of people I kept in contact with, and some of those people came through to tattoo. They kind of, when you're doing an apprenticeship, it's voluntarily based. So you don't charge. It's tips if they want, but you don't have to. You don't charge. So and it just worked out. I don't know what it was, catching on and just being determined. And I think all the art stuff that I studied back too, I guess, it's different. So when you do art, when you go into tattooing, you have to discover a whole new medium of how to design on skin. How to even process of tattooing on the skin. It's actually an ongoing thing. Even at about 7 years I'm at right now, it's still an ongoing thing. You still run into stuff that you're like, oh, okay, this is different. And you also have
an example of that, like what?
Well, an easy example is if someone is not hydrating enough, like drinking water, and they don't take care of themselves.
Wow.
You can tell when you're tattooing the skin. It doesn't accept the ink or the needle the same as if someone is doing those things.
Do you recommend hydration?
Hydration?
Prior?
Yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah, don't
anything.
show
I
up
mean,
tipsy.
I mean, good.
Yeah, because
I'm sure that happens all the
then
time.
you bleed a lot, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean it's a possibility, right? Because your blood thins out, and
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
technically you're only really kind of scraping the surface, so you're not really supposed to bleed too much, anyways.
Okay, right.
Unless you're doing like a full saturation, like a lot of black in an area, or you're doing color. So when you're fully saturating, you're gonna bleed because you're saturating the whole skin with ink.
Okay.
So you will have bleeding in those tendencies
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
So tell me what is the...
But not like it's not like.
I want to know what that new fad. I don't know if it's personally my favorite, but when people are just blacking out their whole arm, what is that about?
It just depends on the style. I mean, it's just a style. Everything nowadays is style. Neo-traditional, fine line. Kind of a fine line is you see it a little bit less now. I think there's a lot of harp on that, and I think that's due to people coming in thinking that it's supposed to be done a certain way, or there's a lack of training and understanding in that. So. Sometimes
Because you do fine line.
Yeah, I do a mixture of mine's a little bit contemporary, so it's a mixture of like fine line and realism or geometric. So
Right.
to make it a unique style.
Yeah.
So yeah, it depends. The blackouts are a style. Ornamental work is a style. There's just a bunch of different styles.
What's your favorite to do?
Obviously, what I'm into right now is the contemporary work. It's a mixture. It's contemporary, like small realism or like floral and geometric.
Right.
Mixing, I think, those three categories in. And the other thing is, I think as an artist, for me, in my opinion, as an artist, you want to kind of focus in on a couple styles, not everything.
Right.
I think top maybe 4 or 5, in my opinion, because then you can try to go through and try to perfect that style, because it takes time. It takes a long time in a fast-paced world. Tattooing, like other things, is you can't go fast. You can't go fast in the process of tattooing, and then also too, you need to see how it heals.
Yeah.
And it's not just how it heals in 2 weeks; it's how does it heal in 2 years.
Right.
And so it takes time. You got to see how those come back, and then you change your approach, and you just do what you can.
So when you're tattooing a big piece, like what's your headspace? Are you just literally looking at the lines, or are you like zoning out? Are you what goes through one's head? I'm like, because my head's all over the place all the time. So I wonder.
In the beginning, the best way to kind of explain when you're first trying to tattoo is like taking a piece of paper, dipping it in water, and then taking a calligraphy pen and trying to draw on it.
Yeah.
Because you don't feel anything. Like, when you're drawing or you're writing on something, you have something in the back.
Oh, you don't feel it.
You don't feel nothing.
Because
and so,
it's like...
so you have to listen for certain sounds or watch their depth. And so that takes time to understand as well, because you don't feel it puncturing.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
Did not know that.
Again, it's like the hands and skill motions that you have to have. Yeah, it was when I first started, I was like, wow, like I just want to do art. What is this? Like, what is going on?
Right.
And then traditional machines, there's a different setup. You're getting a needle bar, and you're putting all these things together to make sure the machine is ready before you even tattoo, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Right.
And so you're trying to like fix that machine, and when I was first doing that, I was like, dude, this is crazy. I don't know if I can make this happen. And then because it was my friend, because he's like, you have to, like, as traditionally trained, you have to like know how to do these kind of things. He's like, here, let me put you onto a pin, a rotary, which is like a pin style. And then it was like, I was good from there.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to worry about anything. You have the pin style, you make sure it's charged, the battery's charged, and then you get the cartridge and you plug in the cartridge and you go.
Is there like a physical toll though? Because you got to hold it steady. And how long can you like tattoo during the day? Like how many hours can you go?
So nowadays with my back, I try anywhere between like 5 and 7.5 hours, maybe 8. It just depends, you know. It depends on how I'm doing, and then also how the client's doing as well, because it is painful. After 4 hours, it's pretty annoying for a person to keep getting punctured over time.
Yeah.
Does the back bother you because of the tattooing, or just
that's bad. I just have bad posture when I'm tattooing. So,
I do too.
Well, and it's everything that we're doing is sitting down. As I'm drawing the design prior to for hours, I'm sitting down. I'm on social media posting. I'm sitting down. Answering emails. I'm sitting down.
That's tough.
So sitting down all this time, and then go into tattoo and sitting down all this time. It gets over time. It hurts.
I bet. How do you keep your energy up? Because I know, like, I never sit down. This is the only time I sit down during the day.
So during tattooing, I try to do like a 2 hour. At 2 hours, we take a break.
Okay.
Anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, and then we just go back in for 2 hours. But for me, exercising definitely is like key.
Yeah.
I try to exercise as much as possible.
Okay.
Prior to coming in for my tattoos, I'll do about anywhere from 5 to 6 times a week, depending. I'm a little older nowadays, so I do weights, but I also try to just like maybe get some cardio and stuff. And then with my daughter, I have a daughter too. She does volleyball these last 3 years, so I kind of like practice with her, or I was coaching them actually for 3 seasons.
Nice.
So I got some exercise.
That's fun.
Being out there with them too as well. So yeah,
very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, so what type of clients do you get? Is it all over, or is it somebody that's already all tatted up? Like, what's your client?
It's a mixture. It's a mixture, and
is there a favorite type of client, like the first timers, and you're like, oh, this is. Or is it? Yeah.
No, honestly. So sometimes I get the question like, "What's a nightmare that a client you've had?" And I've actually been pretty blessed to have great clients. I'm not gonna lie. It might sound cliche, but it's been nice. I've been getting like, you have some things here and there. I'm a very mellow person. It takes a lot for me to get over the top.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. And I don't ever when I'm interacting with people, there's not like this way. We're not gonna tug back and forth.
Right.
We're trying to get to the point where we'll make a good product for you.
Right.
And a lot of times, like I said, I get people that come in that are pretty chill. But any client that comes in is I treat them equally.
And probably
there's
social
not like a
media
favorite.
has a lot to do with it, right? Because then they're kind of already gravitating towards you.
I believe that's what it is.
Yeah.
I believe the audience that you create through social media allows you to have people that are going to be pretty similar to aligned to you. Especially if you go the route of, I believe, kind of giving your personality a little bit to it. And I do a little because I try to make it so where you can find like the tattooing and see the art. Don't go a little bit too far off. Plus, I'm a very private person too, so try to mix in a little bit. That's why saying that I have a daughter probably will shock some people because I don't really post, but I'm with her like all the time.
Yeah,
cool.
I post some stuff with volleyball through my stories, but nothing like on the actual page and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. We do a lot for our business, but I don't typically do private moments as well. So I understand that.
Yeah, and to each their own. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah, definitely to each their own. It's just my preference and where I'm comfortable.
I'm the same way. It's like, people think that, they see a lot, but it's not. Somebody told me it was a coach, and they're like, once you put it out there, it's really hard to then take it back. Now you've exposed everybody to it, and now everybody feels like they can have an opinion or, you know what I mean? So it's better to just not. But, yeah. So how did you create your brand? Because it has a certain look on Insta and.
I don't know.
Most of your clients come from like social media, or is it just?
I think it's a mixture. I think there's some word of mouth in there, and then social media for sure. And then it's also a mixture of like locals and people that come in and travel.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. It's been pretty cool. I think it's about 50-50.
Okay.
Locals and people that travel.
Great.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you want to get like tattooed by? Anybody that's like famous or anybody that resonates and you're like, because once upon a time, do you guys remember the Kat Von D show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was cool. And then there was the Hart and Huntington kids, and you're like, I want to go to LA just to get a tattoo. Yeah. Is there anybody that you want to get tattooed by? Is there anybody that you're like, oh, that'd be cool?
Nobody I can think of. I enjoy being around the artists that I'm around, and then when I start to like.
How many people are at your shop? Is it just
so we have about 4 to 5, and then we get guest artists that come into the shop.
Okay.
But to me, it just knowing these guys that I work with and getting tattooed by them is pretty cool. And there's some great artists out there. Don't get me wrong, but I'm at the point now. The way that I get tattooed is I'm building a look for me. I'm actually going through some of the blackout that you were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna have geometric.
So how
half
does that
bodysuit.
hurt? That it has to, right?
You're saturating the whole skin, so there's a little bit more pain involved. I won't have everything completely blacked out, but
and then,
I'll have it
it's not to cover up, right? Because you could laser it off. It's like people that are blacking out is not It's not too.
Yeah, I mean it's a mixture. I don't know. Everyone has their own idea. Maybe sometimes they don't want to do the lasering and they just go through with the blackout. Yeah. For me, we're building a geometric theme, so I'll have all of mine looking more ornamental geometric.
Nice.
I'll have a flow with it.
Is there anything you can do to help the pain when you're going through that process, or?
There's numbing stuff out there. I don't really recommend the
I feel like no. I feel like that's
and
like,
then
we're gonna get it go through the pain.
They have anesthesia for people that want to pay a lot more. I think that would probably be better for the healing. Possibly, I don't know too much about the anesthesia. Okay. The cream is a little bit finicky because it changes the way your pores are.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like it tightens the pores, which doesn't allow the ink to saturate fully. So you might slow down the process. And you're gonna deal with the pain either way. And then what happens is when the receptors turn back on, your pain is actually 2 times worse.
Okay.
So it's numb at first, but then if you're continuing the session
feels
throughout,
like a sunburn.
it gets bad. It burns. Yeah, from what I heard.
Interesting.
What do you think is the most painful location on your body to get tattooed?
Ooh, good question.
That will depend on some of the clients, because you get clients that are like, "Oh, this is nothing," and I'm like, "Oh shoot." Man.
Yeah, because none of mine have hurt.
Yeah, so I would say for me personally, my legs were bad.
Yeah.
And then it went to then I would say
front
my
or
neck.
back?
Pretty much my whole leg.
Oh man, because that's what I want to get done by you. It's the front.
There might be
is it because of this bone right here?
There might have been a little break on the shin, I think, for me, but. You know, the guy that I had to tattooing, he was a little bit more heavy-handed, so it could have been just my experience. Plus, I did back-to-back days.
That is true.
And mine's more. I have a lot more like some black work in there, and there's a lot more onto my leg than the type of style that I do.
Right.
So it might not be as bad considering the style.
Yeah.
So it does depend on the person, depends on the style that you're getting. You know, it depends on the client and the tattoo artist. So those 3 things I think would be what you would consider. So, but leg could be bad. Neck obviously will be bad. Your ribs will be bad. I heard the back is bad. I don't have my back
really?
yet. Yeah.
I wonder if that would have been like hands or something. That's where my
hands I heard is a little bad as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I have a little bit on my hand. It was cool. He was in and out. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh.
Cool.
I'm like.
Is there anything you'd recommend somebody who is trying to break into tattooing? Advice for somebody?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I know it's a little bit frowned upon to try to go through the tattoo apprenticeship with some people.
Okay.
But I think it's the best way to do. I think you want to try to align yourself to the style that you want to do, and then try to get into shops that do that style and do an apprenticeship with them. Because you will know more about tattooing through people that have the experience than just trying to maybe learn a couple lessons online or just trying to do like I'm going to do it on my own type thing. And there's outliers, right? Some people get it. Some classes, if you take enough, you'll be able to make it happen. But I think when you work with a group, you can elevate yourself faster.
Right.
You know, we live in a society now where excluding yourself away and trying to do things on your own is like the mainstream thing to do. And like networking or building in groups, it's almost kind of not as much anymore.
Right.
But and I get it, because sometimes they don't want to share, or someone gets better, and you know the ego thing and the jealousy comes involved. But you have to concentrate on your own. This is the thing that I always leaned on when I first started tattooing. Is one thing that you can always think about is, even if you were going to get a client every single day, you're only tattooing 365 people. I don't want to work every single day.
Right.
So I'm not tattooing 365 people.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so many people out there that you could get as a client. Why would you harp and think that it's a bad thing to work with other artists?
Right.
Yeah.
You build faster, you grow faster, you learn things that if all 3 of us were tattooing, you might see something one day, I see something one day, and we're sharing, and you see something another day. Oh man, you're going to skyrocket.
Yeah,
Again,
it's
you
collaboration.
can grow on your own. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
But how fast do you want to grow?
Yeah.
You know, and you do want to be around good people.
Yeah, and I think it's also the vibe, right? Even
Yeah.
if you have similar styles, I know for me it's all vibes. I mean, we get that in real estate, right? I'm like,
for
hey,
sure.
your clients are going to be your clients, and my clients are going to be my clients, and they gravitate towards one or
Yeah, we learn
another.
from each
Yeah,
other.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So what are your goals look like in the next coming years with your brand and what you're trying to achieve?
Well, you know, keep continuing to do art, whether it's in skin or maybe it's some other things. Maybe jump back
cool.
into some clothing stuff or
cool.
other stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I'm open, you know.
Yeah.
I definitely think that with the background being in like management and things like that, I have this business sense that I'm open to kind of not put my eggs in one basket. You
Right.
know, growing my portfolio. I told you guys earlier I had the real estate thing. I exited out. And then just continue to grow a portfolio. You know, once you exit out, you should still try to put your money somewhere where it can
yeah,
work.
diversify for
Yeah,
sure.
and rental, I know it's a big thing. Real estate, you can grow wealth, right? You can you build equity. You can use it as a rental and stuff like that. But you have to choose what makes sense for you. And for me, it made sense to kind of exit and do other things with the revenue and kind of continue that. And you know, I can always enter back in,
Right,
and I'm definitely open to doing that. But yeah, growing the portfolio, you know, maybe opening a shop, who knows? I think that'll be a long-term one though, because I like just being an artist. Having a shop is pretty rough because for me, whoever
bet.
comes into tattooing with me, I want to make sure that they're going to grow. It's not just like, hey, pay the rent. And,
Right.
and
Yeah.
you do your thing. No, it's hey, let's work together. What can we do what can I do to help facilitate your growth as well?
That's awesome.
So we can
Yeah.
achieve. Yeah.
What has been your biggest growth moment over the last year?
Oh man, I don't know. That's a
good
that's a
question.
good question. That's a really good question. I think continuing to build on faith, to have trust in the process, to slow down. I think to accept the slowdown.
It's like, okay,
okay,
universe.
universe.
Yeah. Man, we're in sync.
Yeah, and so it can be hard because the
Yeah.
fast-paced life, right? Everything
Right.
is so much faster. You involve technology and AI, it's really, really quick. So to take the time to slow down and kind of enjoy moments and enjoy the journey. I remember reading a couple things. I love reading right now, and it's so crazy because when I was in school, I hated it.
Yeah.
Same.
That's kind of where we're
Yeah,
at.
yeah. You get to a point. It's like, well, you have options to learn more. Like,
Right.
why not? And
Yeah.
learn the things that you're interested in. That makes more sense to do, right? So I forgot what I was talking about, but basically, I remember seeing something about that. Just enjoying the journey, because when you get to that goal, there's just another goal, and it's like a quick dopamine hit. But that whole process, you can enjoy, right? You can
Right.
get to that point.
Right.
You think back, you know, and pain only lasts for so long.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And with tattooing too, right?
Yeah.
What has been your favorite book that you've read this year?
So I always recommend, again, it's funny with books because it's like books are kind of like people. I say you have to be ready to accept what you're going
Right.
to read,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's true.
And because you can go to someone and you can get advice from them, but if you're not open to hear it, you're just going
Right,
to go in one
yeah.
ear and out the other.
Right.
But yeah, so with books, I think 2 books. I was going to actually do a post about this for my
Okay.
recommendation because I think these 2 books actually helped a lot
perfect
with me.
timing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't believe everything you think. And then The Subtle Art of Not Giving I don't know if I can cuss
That's a
on
good
here.
Yeah.
book.
But
yeah, I like
Yeah,
that
so
book.
we
Yeah.
read that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the first one, is it the Joe Dispenza one or no? Don't believe everything you think.
Who is that author?
Oh no, that's
I don't know about that
the
one.
changing your
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
it
who
sounds
the author
familiar.
is.
Yeah.
It's a good one. And they're both short reads, to be honest.
Okay,
And so I've read those books several times, about 3, and then I've listened to them on YouTube. So if you don't want to get the book, you can always just listen on YouTube first.
Yeah.
Another good one, actually, too, that I listened to and I was thinking about buying was The Mountain Is You. And I think the author,
Spring talked about this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't read
Nice,
this yet.
yeah. And the
Yeah.
author was a young lady. She's only, I think when she wrote that, she was only like 23, 24.
Oh,
but the
wow.
amount of experience that's in that book, it sounds like someone that's like 40 or 50.
Right,
Just
old
explain.
soul.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm like, you go, girl. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to check those out.
Yeah.
For sure.
good
Yeah,
ones.
we're building our list. We're big into reading too. Right now, we're into spirituality, So we're doing that. And it's nice
true.
to do
Yeah,
it.
it's true. You were saying too about books, because there's certain books that we read like annually, and I can't tell you. And then you'll read the fourth time, you get something completely different out of it, because then you're like ready for that,
Right.
right? And you have that aha moment. So it's
it's great. It's great. And always come and go back to them. That's why I think I go back to those books. They were good for one, and then you read it again, and it's like reinforcing, or even like catching something new, like you said too, as well.
Yeah, just reminders at times. I realize it's like sometimes it's just that little reminder of whatever it is.
Yeah, and those kind of books, and just grounding and slowing down with especially if you use social media, I think they're good. You have to build your mind strong.
Right.
Now more than ever, you have to mentally get strong with everything that's getting thrown at you, and how we use business. And if you're wearing a lot of hats, it's not even just tattooing. If you're doing any type of business and you utilize social media, or if you don't utilize social media and you have to wear a lot of different hats in the business that you do.
And being an entrepreneur, it's that, right? Like one day you feel like you're on top, and the next day you're like, and everything's like falling apart. It's very humbling.
Those ones are tough, and I think waking up and making sure that you're grateful. You just, I think that's also something that's helped, is just being grateful about anything, any little thing. Just pick something. I taught the kids that, actually. I had them writing in a journal. I told them, hey, look, in the journal, there's a lot of things that happen, what I see as adults. Write one thing that you're grateful for, or write something that made you happy, that you did something, and we'll build off of that. You'll build off of that. So
that's great advice.
Yeah, and it'll expand. I just saw an Instagram reel, and I thought it was beautiful. And it sounds a little corny, but it's in the morning. Oh, good things keep happening to me.
I like that one.
Yeah, I don't know if I sent it to you, but it was like, and then she's like, this one day, right? I changed the narrative, and she's like, there was green lights. My trainer was available. It's all these things, but then it's also manifestation, right? Just because you're putting it out into the world.
Yeah, no, for sure. It does sound cliche, and in a world where it's like really, like, you can't be so goody good and things like that. Trust, it's okay, right? You can do that. You can also have boundaries and make sure you're not going to get ran over.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being a good person. It's only wrong when you're not having boundaries and you're getting taken advantage of.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And that's the problem. Sometimes I tell people, it's like they get mad because, I did something good for this person. Did you do it because you wanted to?
Right.
Or you're trying to get something out of it. That's two different things.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're depleted. You're a people person, and then what happens is like you build that little. We were talking about this the other day, right? Like with friends, and we're like, Jay Shetty says this. It's like the unspoken expectations are premeditated resentments. I'm like, it's truth.
Yeah.
I'm like,
absolutely.
But then it starts with us. It's like, we say yes, 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 yes.
Absolutely.
Then we're far and deep, and
The other thing, the spin off of that as well, is also something that I learned is you see potential in people, and then you do more to try to get them to be in that potential, and if they don't choose to grow into that, you get upset, because it's like, I did so much for them, they did this, they could be this, they could do that, but they have to choose that.
Bro, that's literally what our coaches say. They're like, you can't want it more for them than they want it for themselves.
You can't.
Yeah,
you can't.
And we get it, running a team.
All the time.
Yeah.
So what do you do for fun when you're not tattooing? I know you hang out with your family, but
hang out with the fam. I honestly, I'm enjoying this moment, because I think about when she was small, and I can't. There's this thing that I seen. You won't remember the last time do you have kids? Do you guys have kids?
No.
You won't remember the last time you hold your kid as a small child. And I can't remember the last time, what day that was.
Yeah.
How old she was. Because as a preteen, or even as a teen, they're not little anymore. You don't hold them. It's not the same. And so I'm enjoying this moment right now, because she's going to grow into a wonderful lady who's just going to be out there killing her goals, doing her thing, going to school, doing sports, doing something, right? And I'm gonna look back and just enjoy these moments. And so that's part is really big for me right now, honestly. And just exercising, grabbing some reads, grabbing a coffee, and just watch that sunset sometimes is actually killer too. Some hikes. I haven't been on a hike in a little while though, but hikes are nice.
We haven't either. We keep on saying
hikes are nice. Nature,
January.
some nature. Just And
This is
these
perfect
little
weather.
things that are just very easy, you know, they're really enjoyable right now.
Yeah.
And you just never know how life's going to turn.
Just being present.
yeah. It's the biggest thing for me right now. I know it's kind of cliche, but
it's beautiful.
I recommend it. And it's when you get to that moment, it's great. It's great. Yeah, it feels good.
Awesome.
Yeah, I feel like this was a little spirituality tattoo.
This is
little
great.
vibe in here.
I appreciate your vibe, and thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
We're gonna
It's so
wrap this
serene.
up.
No, that's it.
All right, thank you, my co-host, Mr. George Hernandez. You guys are looking for a tattoo? Hit Jamie up. This is Ron Vegas. Take care of yourself today.
Goodbye, everyone.